Hello there, welcome to another Biker's Travelog on Revelator Alf. So today I'm in Oxfordshire in the UK, and I'm heading out to a place, a little village called Stoke Row, and it's home to a very odd thing to find in a quaint, quintessential English village. It's a well. And it's called the Maharajah's well. So this was funded by a Maharajah in the 1800s of India, and there's quite a good story behind it. So what we're going to do, you can find these back roads to it, and then well, hopefully we can find it quite easy. It's supposed to be really easy to find. It's access to the public is right there. No gates or anything. You don't have to pay to get in or anything. And it's supposed to be quite a little site, so let's go and check it out. Right, so here we are, just coming up to the end. You can see on the signpost here it says the Maharajah's well. So I just thought it would be an interesting thing to come and see. I mean, I go past this place all the time, or go past the village, I should say, but I've never actually come to have a look at it myself. I've done lots of riding videos around these back roads, but I say never actually took the time to have a look at this this well. So it's a bit of a treat for me. It's been dry all week, but yeah, we just had a bit of a downpour, so there's lots of wet patches on the road right now, and I managed to dodge the rainstorm, so that was quite good. I'm still dry myself. Right, well, it is a really nice ride around here, I've got to say. Beautiful forests, some great tracks and trails through here as well, some lovely stuff. Right, let's have a look now. Where is it? Here somewhere. Oh, this is just beautiful around here. Look at this. Wow. Lovely. There's a lot of these forests where, you know, it's clean and clear underneath as well, so so it just makes it a really, you know, if you're transiting through, running, walking, cycling, whatever, or, you know, riding through, you know, it's really easy to get through. Right, okay, so just coming into Stoke Row itself. So, and I believe it's on the right hand side here, so let me just go and have a check and see where we are. Here we go. Right, here we are, just found it. There we go. And there it is, the Maharajah's well. Right, there we go, pull this up on the side, get off the bike, and have a look. Right then, so just got off the bike, and this is it here. So this is the Maharajah's well, Stoke Row in Oxfordshire in the UK, as I said. You know, it was completed in 1864. It took a year to complete. Now the story behind it is there's a local squire, young squire called Edward Reed. He spent quite a lot of his early life in India, and he would help to dig wells for the local people there. Anyway, so the local Maharaja of, you'll see it up there, it says Maharajah of Benares. Okay, he got to know this young chap, and this got talking about England and, you know, his home. So he told him that, well, yeah, obviously, you know, drought just doesn't affect India, it affects England as well, and there's an area where he comes from, Stoke Row and Ipsden, which is just a little village just down the road. So, you know, in the summer, severe drought, it sits on top of a hill, so the people have to walk for miles and miles with, you know, pails of water just to get water, you know, for washing, cooking, whatever, or animals. So, you know, interested by these
stories, the Maharajah decided to, well, you know what, when you go back to England, I'll fund a digging of a big well for you. So that's essentially what happened, really. So you got a cast iron mechanical well there. The golden elephant sits on top there. This dome was forged locally in an area called Wallingford. And the well is 4 foot wide, or in diameter, and it's 368 feet deep. So it took a year to dig out, and that to dig through chalk and all sorts of things like this. So, you know, it's a bit of a mammoth task. Anyway, so, I mean, this is it. It's, you know, it's still perfectly preserved. I mean, obviously the local people are, you know, they've kept on top of it, and it's a lovely site, you know. Nice, you can see there, completion date is 1864. And then this was actually used for 70 years, and it, you know, just solved the problem. They had a massive, you know, drought problem, water problem for the local people, you know, 150 years ago now, whatever it was, and they managed to, you know, get the issue sorted, you know. And really, it's just by a chance encounter by a local, you know, young lad here, Squire, happened to be in India, digging some wells out there, got the attention of the Maharajah. They got talking, swapping stories, you know, as you do. And then this is how this Maharajah as well, as it was known, comes to be in a, you know, a very distinctive English village. So this there's a little cottage attached to it there. Now that was the well keeper's cottage. Obviously it's private residence now, so you can't really go up to it. But that was attached to this. So they would keep in touch with it, or, you know, maintain the well and get people to come and get the well. To pay for itself, obviously to pay for the upkeep, they also had a cherry orchard, which they sold cherries to the local people, and that would make it self-sustaining, which is, you know, good foresight really. But there we go. So the Maharajah, you know, of Benares. I think that's how you pronounce it. But it's not called Benares anymore. It's actually called Varanasi. Benares, Varanasi. Pardon the pronunciations there. But you can see here. I mean, you know, it's you know, you can see where it was cast. Wilder, Wallingford. That's just down the road here. This was all made. You know, so. Big pails going down there, they would pick up all the water. You know, so it's a great structure. Obviously well maintained, as I said, you know. And there's an information board here as well. Yeah. So it gives all the details there of its construction, of its when they had to renovate it, so on and so forth. But, you know, you don't often hear of, you know, the Indian wealth coming back to England. You often hear of it going that way. And obviously in the days of the, you know, the Raj and things like that, it was nice of that, you know, to come here. I mean, they didn't have to do it. This Maharajah thought, you know, it was a great idea. You know, and obviously, you know, help the local people of here as well. You know. So we're sitting right on top of the Chilterns here in Oxfordshire, right on top of the hill. This road is pretty much one of the back roads in between Reading and Oxford. So if you find Henley on Thames, Reading, Oxford on a map, and then you'll find Stoke Row sat right on top of the hills in the countryside, in the Chiltern Hills. So anyway, this is the Maharajah as well. This has been the Biker's Travelog. Hope you've enjoyed it. I'm going to get back on my bike and go and find somewhere else to talk about. Catch you on the next one. Cheers.